time this week on an app called Trucker Sucker.
What are we doing? Are you starting? Every fucking time. Every fucking time.
That we're told
Oh,
we had to
hey,
have a
turn
good intro.
off the overhead light, would you? The overhead light's fucked up. Hey, welcome to our podcast.
It's fucked up.
What's that?
You mean the one on the ceiling?
Yeah, the one on the ceiling. Oh, look at that. It makes it look so much
It's
better.
ambiance.
Yeah, it's fantastic now.
A little spooky. I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully I can get this up before Halloween. Editing sucks, so it takes so long. Just to do one of these, it's like 8 gigs turns into 16 gigs when you render it. And with my internet, it sucks to get it out.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys? Thank you and welcome to our podcast. That's our intro.
Woo.
Woo.
Do we have a word of the day? Do we
don't.
have an outline that we're gonna follow?
We do not. That's part of the email.
Okay. Now that's just exciting.
Yeah, it really is. So
Word of
what
the
do
day is transvestite.
transvestite.
Always have to wrap back around to transvestite. All
Why is
right.
it got to be transvestite? Why can't it be?
Can you use that in a sentence?
I am sexually attracted to
What I
a
want to
transvestite.
What I want to do is I want to change transvestite.
Does she know that?
Yeah.
They.
They?
Yeah.
Sorry.
They're no longer transvestites to me. They're changelings.
Yeah?
Yeah. Changelings. That's what they are.
Isn't that like a thing from Star Trek?
I don't know. Today we have Norman
Space
Reedus
Nine.
joining us. So if we want to go to the
You
floor,
don't know?
I've heard that
in the
before. though.
spirit of Halloween and zombies, my wife, she had that cut out in the bedroom for a long time, and it would just stare at us, and she would look at it when we enjoyed each other.
Based on the Let's Play I saw last night, his actual name should be Norman Fetus.
Why?
You were watching
Because of the game
the
Death
Walking
Stranding.
Simulator.
Yeah, Death Stranding. I was
Oh.
watching someone else play a walking simulator. That's how boring my life is right now.
That looks good up there, Norman.
It's
that
only like
looks good.
$4 on Steam now, though.
I
was
know,
thinking
which
about
is why
picking it up.
which is why I was debating grabbing it, and then I was like, do I really want to invest this much time in it, or do I just want to like watch someone else?
What
play
are
it?
these? What is this game?
It was supposed. It's their answer to
It's like
a new Silent Hills game.
it's a Kojima game.
Ah,
They
Like
got
the
screwed out of.
Metal Gear series.
what a fucking segue. So one of the things that I wanted to do in the spirit of Halloween, bring out my. You can take it off, Norm. Norm doesn't need to be on there. Okay. Zach, will you just put it on me for a second?
I have a standee of Brad Pitt
my
in
God.
my bedroom, but that's more for me.
Yeah, of course you do. So in the spirit of Halloween, what I did was I went and I looked up what they rate the most scariest games of all time.
Oh
Now-
yeah,
Now these are in no order, and I want to see
I
if
think
you,
I've got a few. Oh
if you-
no, go ahead.
if
Sorry.
you guys have played these before. So go back to our. Yeah, that's perfect.
Can we see if we can guess a few of them?
Don't bring them up yet. Yeah, go ahead and guess them.
Amnesia.
The Dark Descent,
Yeah. Or what is it? A Machine for Pigs.
Machine for Pigs
is the
wasn't that
second
scary.
one. If you don't have those on your list, then your list is bullshit to begin with. Because the
Dude.
Amnesia games are fucking horrifying. I remember the first time I played
That was
game.
supposed to be one
What
of
about
them.
Fear?
I could no.
Fear on the
Hold on.
list?
Amnesia was supposed to be on the list,
What
but
kind
but it's so old.
That's such a bad list.
No, it's so old that you can't get a screenshot for it.
A list.
It doesn't have a wallpaper that'll fit in decently in there. God damn it!
Fuck. Amnesia.
Did someone not plug it in again? Was it running off of batteries?
No.
Yeah, I mean, if Amnesia and Fear aren't on this list, then it's got no credibility.
crap list?
Yeah,
I haven't played Fear.
this is what happens when
Mm.
it's an old game at this point.
I
think it
is
came
there
out, like,
3 of them? I think you played Fear
I think
3.
there's like 3 or 4 of them. I've only played the first one, and it was fucking amazing when it first came out.
I might have them. I'll have to check. It's got F.E.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it stands for something.
Oh, I don't know.
Didn't they they made a movie out of Fear, right?
Did they?
I
don't know.
Hugh Bowl as the director, and
Oh,
he's
Jesus
just a godly king.
The only person on the planet who makes shitloads of money from movies failing.
Man, it's all video game
Well,
movies.
they've got some, like, I think they've got like a German law where if your movie fails,
Yeah.
the government like reimburses you and pays you for your failure.
It's funny what a failure our fucking podcast is. Okay, so
Was it
Yeah,
plugged
there
in?
was one.
it was plugged in. We hadn't done the whole rigmarole. That fucking camera sucks. So it's just not like plug and go. Okay, so number 1, Zach. Silent Hill 2.
They're remaking that game. That'll be exciting when it comes out.
Will it though?
Have you guys
Yeah,
played this
I haven't
before?
played it.
I've never been interested in the Silent Hill game series.
Andrew.
Yeah, I like the playable trailer that Norman Reedus was in. That was terrifying.
Terrifying.
Yep.
All right, number 2,
Outlast,
Darkwood.
Darkwood. I played that.
Never even heard
What'd
of
you
it.
think?
It had a nice atmosphere. It wasn't that spooky. It's a top-down game.
How
It's a
can that
bird's eye
be
view.
a horror game?
They
It-
say
it-
it's
it
one of the scariest
Fills
games.
you with dread,
Okay.
and it's got a cool story.
Number 3, Zach, is Dead Space.
I just beat that game like
Dead
a month
Space
ago.
is good.
Terrific.
I haven't played it.
I mean,
They're making that one too.
once you play
This is
through
the
the first
orig-
6 hours of it, though, I don't know if anything in it's really scary, though.
So this
no,
is
it
the
is-
original
it
Dead
is.
Yeah.
Space, right?
Yeah.
So there is Dead Space 2 and so
3.
on.
3 killed the franchise.
Killed the franchise. Wait.
Yeah, because they shoved a shitload of microtransactions into it for a single player game. Because
What?
woohoo,
It's
EA
multiplayer. You can play with other
barely,
people. Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
barely, and that was barely functional when the game first launched.
I played through the first one and I loved it. The funny thing about Dead Space is it still holds up.
Yeah.
Playing through it,
Well, that's because of
graphics
the way
and-
it's supposed to look. Everything's
Yeah.
dark and grungy. And generally, dark and grungy video games don't have to have the best looking visuals.
I'm gonna buy the remake when it comes out. for
Yeah,
sure.
they're rebooting the whole series.
And it looks great.
because that's what happens when you run a series into the fucking
Yeah.
ground with your bad decisions. You have to start it over from scratch.
I'm in the middle of the second one,
Of Dead Space?
and it's hard to get through. Yeah,
Why?
because I'm in this daycare right now,
Mm-hmm.
and they have all these mutant babies that come at you, and it's scary.
Did you ever see the anime?
No.
Dead Space Downfall.
Mm-mm.
It's a movie. Pretty good.
Number
It takes
4.
place before the game.
Number 4.
Really?
Little Nightmares. Neither one of you have played this before.
This list is shit.
No, this is what people say.
This
Well,
is
then
like
people are stupid.
okay. Dead Space came out in 2008, right? When did Amnesia: The Dark Descent come out?
2007. I
If
think.
if it's
Oh.
too
Let me
old
look
to
it
not
up.
even have a
No, they had a shitty one that it was unusable. Okay, so
Because that was like the third Amnesia game, The Dark Descent was.
number
Yeah,
5.
after Machine for Pigs.
Number 5.
No, that was before Machine for Pigs.
Was it?
It's
Go ahead
just
and
they
bring it
had
up, Zach.
2 games that were named something different, but
Sama.
are technically. Yeah. No, that's not. No, we're talking about something else.
No, I know. This is number 5 on our list.
I agree with that. I
Yeah.
like I like
Never
that.
played it.
You've played it?
I played a little bit because it's scary.
It is scary.
If Outlast isn't on this list, because I couldn't make it through Outlast either.
All right, number 6. See if Taylor's played this.
Nope.
My daughters loved the fuck out of this game.
I've got like 50 hours in this game. This
I mean,
game's
I've
great.
seen all these games on Steam, but
The game was great before their newest update, which makes it just almost impossible to play.
Why?
holy
It's
shit.
hard.
Amnesia came out in 2010. Wow. And
When
it's
did-
not on this list.
When did Machine for Pigs come out?
Let's find out.
Okay,
Continue with
okay.
your
Years
list.
before.
Number
I
7.
don't think so.
The Evil Within 2.
Played that.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was great. It's open world. It's
Yeah.
a lot of fun. If you're gonna
Taylor?
play a
No.
horror game, like a newer one, play
Mhm.
that.
2013.
Oh well, I was
Taylor,
gonna
have you
to-
played The Evil Within?
It's got a super good atmosphere.
Yeah. And all these games are on sale on Steam right now for the Halloween sale.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
The trailer for that is it's. They look up the trailer if you're not gonna play the game, and it's
Amazing.
it's great. Yeah.
All right, number 8. Until Dawn.
Amanda had me play through like the first hour, and I wasn't into it.
Hated it.
Yep.
Never played it.
Jesus Christ.
4
I
out of
thought you were a
10.
gamer. Number 9.
You can be a gamer and not
Alan
play
Wake.
horror games.
Alan Wake.
Played Alan Wake.
When did this come out? Like 2004?
8,
Oh.
2008, I think.
What did you think of this, Taylor?
It was
Spooky?
it was interesting. I mean, I would consider this game a walking simulator. As
Yeah.
much as I consider Norman Fetus's game to be a walking simulator, I mean, occasionally you shine a flashlight on things to get them to go away.
Well,
But
that's
I don't think this game was scary.
the first game that I played that was good and scary was not on any of these lists, which was Doom, which was fucking amazing
You
back
talking
in
the
the day.
first Doom?
Which Doom?
It was like Doom 3 or something like that. The one where you go to
You mean
hell.
you mean the one where everybody considers that to be a completely separate story from a completely separate timeline because it completely turns the entire
Don't
lore on
care.
its head?
Whichever one, it was super scary. It was awesome.
I mean, I played Doom 3. I played Doom 3 with the Vive. Was not
you?
was yeah,
Oh, you.
was not super scary.
Well, it's because it's 2022. All right. Bloodborne.
That's like a
That's a Souls game, right? I played a little bit of
I've never
Bloodborne.
played
and I
this.
think it's only like a PlayStation game.
It wasn't.
I don't think
couldn't
it's
get
on
into it.
any other systems, so I would have never played it.
So some of these my sons recommend, and number 11 he recommends, which is Metro Exodus.
I beat that. I beat all the Metro games. 2033, Metro, Last Light, and then Metro Exodus. Metro Exodus is a
Mhm.
great game.
I
It's
played
big.
the first like 15 minutes of the first Metro game.
Didn't enjoy it.
No,
It wasn't scary.
no, I was like,
It had a cool atmosphere, but it wasn't scary.
yeah, I just didn't care for it.
Number
Like,
two,
where the fuck are the Resident Evil games?
we just fucking settle down,
Like,
cunt.
If those aren't in
God.
the top like one,
No.
I mean, what else?
this is just
there?
a list of random. Jesus Christ. Number 12, Outlast 2.
Outlast 2 before Outlast? No.
I mean, shouldn't we
Back
just put like
up.
game series like in one category? I don't think they deserve multiple slots.
This is the ones that people voted on being the scariest.
Who voted? 4-year-olds?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Don't care.
Whatever was the scariest flashing light.
Next one, Zach. Resident Evil 2.
Great game.
Is this still
Especially since they're putting all these old games, remaking them, putting new graphics, new game mechanics up on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I think you've got Resident Evil 1 through 3 remade and remastered on Steam right now, and 4 comes out
So what's
maybe
scarier
this Halloween, actually. I don't know.
for you guys? What's scarier, Resident Evil or Silent Hill?
I'd say Resident Evil.
My daughter's, I think, was Silent Hill. I believe it was Silent Hill for them.
I never played the Silent Hill games, so I don't know.
All right,
Continue.
this is probably one that I played, but Taylor hasn't played. This
Huh.
was recommended to me by Andrew when we got the Oculus. Saints and Sinners: Walking Dead.
Was that spooky? Is that a scary game?
It's a VR only Walking Dead game. I mean,
It's fucking.
It's
It
a
gets your
big game,
heart
though.
pumping.
didn't play it.
You can play Phasmophobia in VR. You should try that.
I think we got that. Isn't that the one? Where's the one where you walk through the house that you recommended?
Phasmophobia.
Wasn't that great?
No.
I couldn't figure it out.
That wasn't Phasmo. That was
We can
That
look
was
at it
something else.
later.
okay.
Okay, the one the kids play all the fucking time. So I'll walk into the bedroom and my 4 kids are all around the world. Is Dead by Daylight.
Gross.
You don't like that game?
No.
Never played it.
It's goofy.
They're always playing that fucking game together.
Is it
Cringe.
a 4v1 game?
Cringe blue pilled.
No, it's a bunch of people running around. It's not 4v1, is it, Zach?
4v1, yeah.
It is 4v1. So
Stop it.
they're
Don't
always
say
playing it.
that.
Don't
That's
be
the
mad
thing,
because you're
it's-
bad.
It's
I'm not a fan of 4v1 games.
Oh yeah, but
Like Evolved.
well, you don't have
killed-
nobody
killed
playing
that
with you
for
then.
me. Well, you can matchmaking. The fuck do I have to know people to play games?
Aye.
It's not what the internet's for.
No, it's a meeting random scary strangers. All right. The next one would be we added this one because we had to add this one. Alien Isolation.
I have a buddy that played through it. I haven't
No?
played through it. though.
With the problems the game had at launch, I just completely ignored it.
Really, it's supposed to be one of the top ones and the scariest game of all time. Zach's
Oh.
personal favorite. Five Nights at Freddy's. And that's our
Why
little
are you
list.
asking the opinion of a 17-year-old that wasn't even around when this game came out?
He was around. This is his favorite game of all
This
time.
game came out in what, 2015, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure
He was
this
still a
game's been
twinkle in his daddy's ballsack.
making game. I'm pretty sure this series has been out for
It's been out forever.
decades. I mean,
Decades?
I think so.
Whoa!
As
I
long,
remember
no,
the
not
big push for,
decades.
like,
As long as
2013.
Zach's 17.
Are
so,
you sure?
Yeah,
Because
probably,
I'm pretty sure Five Nights with Freddy's is an older series.
I'm going to say it came out 12 years ago.
The
Something like
people that think
So
this
he
game
started-
is scary are the same people that think like Tabasco sauce is too spicy.
that. Dude, it is what it is.
It's not scary. I
When
can tell you
did the
that.
franchise start, Taylor? He's reading through it.
I guess 2014.
There you go.
That doesn't sound right though.
Yeah, it's Zach's gen, and he loved that game when it came out, and
Yeah, 2014. Wow.
collected all of their shit.
Pop the pacifier
Never
out of your
played.
mouth and go to elementary school. You got to stop playing Five Nights at Freddy's, Zach. It's time for.
No, he doesn't
It's
play
time for
anymore.
kindergarten.
He's moved on to other stuff. Which one? Third one's the best one.
Not the newest one they just came out with. That's huge, right?
I have no idea what any of this is. You okay, Taylor?
Trash.
I'm disappointed at that list. I mean,
Well,
Why?
a
It's what
couple of
people
them-
say. This is what people say.
I don't.
What would
people
you like to add to the list?
Obviously, Fear.
Can you do?
You know, I think more than Resident Evil 2. I mean, if you've got two different kinds of another series,
Did they?
every single Resident Evil game should be on there.
They picked out the best Resident Evil game,
What
which
was
was
it?
2.
What was that, Max? There was another game. It was
Max-
third person. Max Payne.
Max Payne.
Wasn't that one spooky?
No.
Okay.
You were Hitman that went around and
Max
people
Payne
up.
was more of like a psychological
psychological? Okay.
game, yeah. Let me look up what games I have on Steam
Ooh,
that are horror.
can you send me the list of your when you're done with this so I can put them on stay up on screen? If you
if-
will not,
I can even
I like Phasmophobia with friends. It's fun.
yeah, my daughters played it forever. Do they still play it, Zach? No, they don't play it anymore.
Amanda was playing that last night. I was just came down
Really?
looking.
Was she really?
can
Yeah.
I not
She's in the Halloween spirit right now.
She is. Yep.
Yeah. Do you guys got a pumpkin?
No.
What I wanted to do, but I never did, is I wanted to get extra camera out here, and I wanted to have my son carving a pumpkin while we did this. But
Was he
have
not
your
up for
kids
it?
carved their pumpkins yet?
they're not getting pumpkins this year.
Oh.
They're too old. They don't give a fuck.
I was at KFC last night and I saw a pumpkin out front with just Colonel Sanders.
No way.
Absolutely. And I
didn't
should have
take a
taken a picture, but I didn't. It was over the one on the Vision.
Okay, I guess I can't sort my games on the mobile app in any meaningful way.
All right. Why don't
So-
you give us your list? It's all Silent Hill.
No. I mean,
What's the scariest game you've ever played?
I would say Amnesia.
Amnesia. How about
Yeah.
you, Andrew?
Good question.
I'll get
That
back
would
to you.
That would take some deliberating. I think the scariest game that I've played wasn't even a game. It was that playable trailer for the new Silent Hills game that was going to be coming out with Norman Reedus. That game was terrifying.
Can we put it back on Norm?
It wasn't very long, but that game filled me with a lot
Oh
of dread.
shit! What happened to Norm? Norm fell over. Can we get him back in frame, Andrew?
Dude, you keep having guests over that are just drunk.
Zach moved the thing. There you go. Take that Red Bull away from him. I think he's fucking all hopped up on Red Bull. Norm.
He's so shocked you would say that. He's giving you the stink eye, dude. I'd watch out. He's got a crossbow in his hands. Come spear you through the nutsack.
He's a fucking zombie killer. What are you looking at?
I'm just looking and seeing what horror games I have on my Steam catalog.
That Dead Space was spooky, but that was more jump scary. It wasn't like the same tired formula over and over again.
Which
They-
is
Which is, hey, there's something on the ground. Who knows if it's actually dead or not? And it's
Wow.
gonna jump up and attack you. No, it's
Yeah, that's why you learn to just fucking blast the limbs
Yeah.
off every corpse you come across because you know at some point.
Mhm.
see that was the beauty of Zoom or Doom. It actually had limitations on your bullets. Like you just didn't get.
Well, so did
so Dead Space.
Okay,
You
I
don't
didn't.
have
I haven't
unlimited
played Dead
ammo.
Space, but holy shit, you had to really not just spam shit. It was amazing. It was like, oh fuck, I've got like 3 bullets left. here comes the big fucker at you.
There's this game I was playing. It's called In Sound Mind, and that's super good. That's a psychological horror.
Mm-hmm.
I'd recommend that.
Steam.
Yeah.
No.
And
I
then
don't have a lot of straight horror games on here, actually.
I watched
I think I like games that have horror included, but
Mhm.
aren't the main genre.
Cody play through the Mortuary Assistant,
Mhm.
and it was pretty short, but it was pretty spooky.
Hmm.
None of the jump scares that I saw when I was first watching that trailer really happened to him.
Yeah.
You know, a little disappointing.
God, Norman's got a big head.
It's because you zoomed in on. Poor
Well,
guy.
yeah, we had to be zooming down on him because he's falling down. Norm.
Yeah, I guess I just
What's the scariest movie
I
you've
don't
seen?
like straight horror games.
The scariest movie I ever seen?
Yeah.
The one that affected me the most was The Exorcist when I was a kid because I watched it so young. And that probably ruined me for everything else because nothing else is scary to me. Nothing. You?
You had nightmares about it for like weeks.
No, I actually believed that there was demons and stuff when I was a kid. It was stupid.
Arachnophobia for me.
That was the scariest movie you ever seen?
Well, it's same thing. My dad let me watch it when I was
Too young.
young, and I was already horrified of spiders. That movie gave me nightmares for months afterwards.
We all have stories about when we were kids and movies we shouldn't be watching. Because I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre when I was like 11.
That
and
bothered
that
you?
terrified me. Yeah.
My brother cried during the first Jurassic Park when my dad took us to see it in theaters. I think he was like 6
That was
That's too
fantastic.
bad.
times, 7. I don't know.
That
Yeah.
would be terrifying
To
for a
ruin
kid,
that
though.
movie for you. That's sad.
Oh,
'cause
no,
that was amazing.
He loved it after,
Mm-hmm.
but during,
It freaked him out.
yeah.
There's not many movies where I'm totally fucking amazed when I go to them.
Conjuring. I know you said
No.
you thought that was a great movie.
That
when it
scared the
came out.
fuck out of
I
me.
don't go to movies anymore.
Well,
I don't
nobody
think
does.
they make anything new.
I do. I
They
saw
do.
Bullet Train in theaters. It was great.
Yeah.
I don't know what
They're
Bullet
actually
Train
coming
is.
out with new ideas.
It was actually fresh.
Well, the biggest movie of all time now is Top Gun, right?
Yeah, but it's all remakes, reboots.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
sequels, and stupid bullshit like that. I mean,
But
it's
that
like
was in the theater.
you don't get any original thoughts.
No, it was almost exactly the same as the first one, but it was in the theaters. The last one was the Alien movie. What the fuck was that? Where it was real 3D. It's like we got to the pinnacle. So they go to the planet. Then you lay in a capsule. You get to go into the body of the alien and run around. What the fuck was that?
Alien.
Alien versus Predator.
Was that?
No.
Did that have Oh well, yeah. No, I'm at a blank.
Oh God. I'll look this up. It's fucking waste of time. I'll have to chop
Is that
this.
the one at the very end? You get that big spaceship that's rolling after that
that?
chick.
No. What the fuck? It's
So you play as the alien?
no. The guy hops into the alien body and intermingles with the blue people.
Oh, Avatar.
Avatar.
Wait, that was. I thought you were talking about
Yeah, I
something
know. I
way
was like,
different.
what the fuck?
that was
Yeah,
a
that was
transcending
the
movie.
absolute pinnacle of
Movie
a
making
3D
of any movie
movie.
making
Pinnacle
ever.
of tree hugging.
like this. The CG was just flawless for its time.
And they used different cameras, and it was very expensive.
Well, it's because they rendered everything, and then they put the digital world. They streamed it through the camera. So when the actors were doing their thing, against the blue screens and in the big warehouse, when you were looking through the camera, you were seeing what we saw on the screen.
Yeah.
Even though
Did
you
you
were
see it?
filming actors in, suits and dots and
Did
all
you
that
did you
shit.
see it in the theater?
Oh, I saw it 3 times in 3D.
Did you see it?
That's why we bought a 3D TV. Do you remember when that craze was going on? We
No.
bought 3D TV just for Avatar.
Dude, it was bizarre. We're sitting there and it opens up and they're like by a fire. And these sparks from
Yeah.
the fire
Are,
are
like,
flying
coming off the
into
screen.
the fucking audience.
Yeah.
It was like, what the fuck?
It was
this
intense.
is the craziest thing ever.
Yeah. And no one's been able to replicate it perfectly since.
They chose not to because it's so expensive.
Oh, well,
It's
I
so
mean,
fucked
we'll
up.
see because
IMAX
the
cameras
second Avatar movie comes out next year,
Are you going to go to the
And
movie
then-
theater for that?
probably. And then
Well,
the
it's
third one
water.
comes out in 2025, and then the fourth one comes out in 2027.
Okay, so if they're doing that, they're not going to put the money into it again.
I don't know. Maybe they have the technology and everything from when they did it the first time still available.
Those movies are still going to make $1 billion each. There's no way they wouldn't do that.
Maybe. I honestly think it won't make it past the second movie because I think the first Avatar was like an anomaly in the film industry, to be perfectly
No,
honest.
so do I.
It came out at the perfect time with the perfect draw of, the best, most realistic 3D experience you're ever going to
The guy's done nothing else in 14 years since Avatar. He's down in, the Marianas Trench, just taking his little submersible down. The second movie just being focused on underwater is going to be incredible.
Didn't he make Prometheus?
Yeah, we don't count that.
Didn't he make
I have no
Alien
idea.
Covenant?
I don't,
Who knows?
I mean, granted, they're both movies that are mediocre at best and don't really do
can't
anything
imagine.
for the lore of the Alien universe. I'd rather they just make a straight up new Alien movie.
Did he do those two movies? I didn't know.
I don't know. It's nothing great.
I'm sure he was involved with them, right?
Did he have a part in Terminator? In any of the new ones?
No, he made the first Terminator.
I think he made
First two.
Terminator, The Dark, whatever.
I don't care.
Dark Tide.
The
or
only good Terminator
the newest
was,
one that
was
brings
the first
back
one.
the old cast.
Yeah.
Which
The ones that were supposed to be.
it was horrible.
Yeah, because
I
she's
mean-
all drug addicted and fucked up, looks horrible.
Well, no, not because of her, just because it's the same rehashed bullshit we've been through
well.
over. Oh my god, a machine's coming back. Oh my god, it's super advanced. Oh my god, there's another cyborg lady
Okay.
now, not a new machine. It's just like, oh, but then we find Arnold.
Okay,
It's
so when
just
he
like,
when he
fuck, come
when-
on.
I know when he forays into something brand new like Terminator, the first one, amazing. Titanic, amazing. Avatar, one time, amazing. So maybe if he makes Avatar 2, it's gonna suck.
You
He's
know
just
what?
about the money.
You know what would make that movie great? Number 2, Avatar. It would surpass $1 billion if they added transvestites.
Or if we actually knew
Can we
how
call
they
them
fucking-
changelings?
We need blue
You know,
changelings.
I have so many questions
About what?
about that fucking Avatar movie. Like, these people seemingly don't have genitals.
All right.
Did anybody notice that? Like
I
with their
noticed.
loincloths flapping all over the place.
When I
and-
went home and looked it up online, they definitely had genitals.
like we do?
Oh no, these
or,
were bigger.
Or is it the little thready things in their hair?
No,
that
he's
are their
talking like
genitals?
Pornhub where people dress themselves
Because,
up
like-
and painted themselves blue and fuck
Because
each
like
other.
when they're in the forest, doing it, all you see is their hair connected, and then they're just like pulling each other close. There's like no actual like
Penetration.
meaningful
Yeah.
like look into how it
Not
works.
me.
So
Fix
I
the
always
camera so
wondered,
it's more
is it their
even on them.
hair
Go back
that's
to
like
them.
communicating information
gap
to
on
the
the
other
side of
person's
Andrew?
body to like start, the whole process of
Just
reproduction?
move it over a
Inseminate
bit.
with your hair.
Yeah, but at the same time,
Taylor.
if that's the case, does that mean every time they
froze.
ride one of those animals that they
They're
plug
having
their hair up
sex
to, they're fucking the
A
animals?
little bit of bestiality.
Yeah,
Let it
like
freeze.
that
Uh.
part never made sense to me. Like, what the fuck is up with that?
I don't think you're supposed to ask those questions. Dave Cameron is going to come personally to your house and
Well,
shoot your dog.
Hold on.
You know what? I'd thank him for that because that dog's dumb as fuck.
Wow.
But like, there are so many questions that have to be answered.
It doesn't matter, Zach.
I hope it gets answered in the second one.
Yeah.
It won't be because it's
Go to
PG-13.
theirs and see if they're still frozen.
You can still give some sort of like rundown of how this stuff happens,
Wow.
right? I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
You guys are just talking up a fucking storm and you're frozen. You're just.
Yeah.
Heck,
Well,
He
Like
finally.
he made The Martian.
Who?
The Martian.
Oh.
Ridley Scott. The Martian was fucking
Who are we
phenomenal.
we're
talking
talking
James
about
Cameron.
James Cameron. Dave.
James Cameron made Avatar.
Did he?
Yeah, oh fuck.
fuck. I'm thinking of
Jesus
the wrong person.
Christ.
Fucking, this is what happens when you have two bulls before you
Well,
come to do the podcast.
Okay, we're clearly talking about Ridley Scott at one
Here's the
point
deal.
because you brought up Alien, right?
I didn't
and then,
bring it up.
And then I said, "Oh,
You
he
did.
made Prometheus."
I mean, we can go back in time.
He did bring up
You brought it
because
up.
you were talking about blue people,
Oh, well, in the beginning, because I
and
didn't
then
know
we
what the
thought
fuck.
you
I
were
couldn't
talking
remember what I
about
was talking
Alien.
So, I'm gonna make this a rule on the podcast. There is no downers before you come over here. I want everybody on Adderall or cocaine.
Okay, you want to know what?
Yeah, cocaine.
I'm perfectly sober because I had to drive over here, so you're just delusional.
Can you have a jar by your front door of
And
just Coke?
Trying to
That's
get us to Avatar from
Everybody-
Oh yeah, they go down and they're in the alien body. It's like, what the fuck? What kind
Everybody-
of description is that?
Everybody takes a bump of cocaine before they hit the podcast.
Yeah, well,
That's the hey, great to see you. You
Right.
blow it in her face. We step out of the car.
That's what needs to happen. All right. So, are you done on this? Because you're just on your phone all the time. Have you figured it out?
Moving on to James Cameron.
Oh my God, we've been there, done that.
Oh, The
No.
Way of Water is coming out this year.
I don't
Hot
even-
damn.
I don't even know what that means.
It means it's another $1 billion movie.
Oh, who cares?
I bet it'll surpass. I don't know if it'll surpass the first one.
Holy
because
shit.
I bet it's because people are starting to go back to the
He
movies.
has literally not done anything of note since the last Avatar in 2009.
He's just been sitting there twisting his dick underwater, looking at all the weird fish and stuff. I bet it's going to be a terrific movie. I'm going to go see it in IMAX.
No, I'm sure it'll be a great
don't
movie,
have
but
IMAX.
I don't
What
see
do you
it
mean?
being
Oh,
the same
downtown.
billion-dollar phenomena that the first one was.
If he makes a
let's
movie
let's
of the
do
same
a bet.
quality,
Let's bet. I bet it'll surpass $1 billion.
what are you guys betting a blowy?
I think
That's not bet. Come on.
it was a one and done movie.
You wanted to bet. What are you betting?
I don't know. Let me think about it. Give me 2 weeks and come back to
How
me.
many sequels are genuinely better than
Terminator
the
2.
originals?
James Cameron.
Obviously Terminator 2.
James Cameron.
Obviously Aliens
Mhm.
was better than Alien in most people's minds.
I bet we could come up with 10 sequels right now that are better than the first one.
You think so?
No, I just said that.
Oh,
I
alright.
can't think of any others off the top of my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah,
We're
but
talking about
Bethesda
movies.
didn't make that.
We're talking about movies.
So that doesn't count.
They produced it.
So
It's
you can tell that they didn't have any fucking say in it because it's an amazing game. And Bethesda has proved over the last 15 years that all they know
Why
how
has
to make
Norman
is
got
hot
like a
fucking
little
garbage.
jizz right
That's fair.
there. He's got like a little jizz right there, right there. He's got like a little jizz.
he was hoping you wouldn't notice.
Yeah, like somebody.
Look at his
put a
shocked
fucking-
face that he did actually. Dude, he just did that squinty look at you.
Yeah.
You're not making it past noon.
So one thing that I wanted to bring up next on our little podcast, our cavalcade of fun here,
Our list of shit to do.
is the review we got in an email.
Someone actually took the time to send us an email.
Yeah, don't bring it up yet, Zach. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I labeled this Karen. All right, go ahead and bring it up. I'm going to read it. I don't like anything about your podcast, to be honest. The random conversations are just too scattered to follow. I don't
disagree there.
I don't really know any. I really don't know what I'm listening to. There's no platform to follow, no structure, no stories, no expectations. I don't prefer super scripted podcasts where they clearly rehearsed everything they're going to say. But I also can't do complete chaos where you have no idea what the point is.
I mean, we're right there with you, sister.
If that was true, then we would come up with a format. Our format.
I think we
so-
we operate best flying by the seat of our pants.
So this is to the cock sleeve because that's all you are, you cock sleeve. This is an open format where we come in, we talk about our lives and our experiences and what we enjoy or whatever's on our
It's
mind
an
at the
opinion
time.
program.
It's a cock sleeve.
Cock sleeve?
You
What
know
do you
what
think
a
a
cock
cock
sleeve
sleeve
is?
is?
No, it's
You
not
don't
like
have
a
one at
flashlight,
home?
is it?
That's your old lady. That's Amanda.
How do you keep your cock warm?
Oh, it's
A
a
cock
sock.
sleeve. But Amanda's not just a cock sleeve. She's more than that. Right? So-
Apparently, she's also a transvestite.
who?
Amanda,
Amanda.
he said he was in love with one
I said
earlier.
you
Changeling.
said okay.
Changeling.
You said to use it in a sentence. I didn't say me personally was in love with a transvestite.
Hold on. So this is not over. So if the main goal is any conversation goes, that can be included, but it should be relevant to the point or the goal of the podcast. So we need to talk about pickles. So just an
Wait,
example.
what?
No, this is an example. So you have to have a focus. So every time, like,
I mean, we talk about cock every podcast.
I
I,
know.
mean,
That's
arguably, that's,
theme.
the
That's our
focus.
focus.
That's why you said
Holy
pickles.
shit,
I know,
you're right.
We found it.
We found it. We always come back to it. At least once in every podcast.
Yep.
All right. So I'm just going to keep this is long. True crime podcast.
Like, who has that much fucking time to write 3 random assholes an email?
It's Karen. True crime podcast I listen to. I can expect to hear from beginning to end of the story about a case, even if there's a 20-minute side ramble about dildos in the middle. The only podcast I ever listen to that is completely unstructured is Joe Rogan. And honestly, no one can be Joe Rogan. I don't want to be fucking Joe Rogan, you whore.
Yeah,
I want to be Joe Rogan. Think of how much money he makes. I wish I could be Joe Rogan.
Fuck.
Joe Rogan's a dipshit.
I'd suck on his testicle for $1 million.
Fuck.
He literally panders to whoever's in the room
Dude,
with him.
we've gone through how much would you suck a dick for, and you know my number is low.
it's
My number is
It's a Big
low,
Mac.
so that fucking I'd suck on his testicle for fucking $50. Where am I at? God damn it!
Something about Joe Rogan.
Yeah, and even then I couldn't listen to his podcast. Oh, okay. The only podcast I ever listened to is completely unstructured is Joe Rogan, and honestly, no one can be Joe Rogan. And even then, I couldn't listen to his podcast either until I started needing to pass hours at a time at work. And still, it's very hard for me to enjoy it unless I know the guests and I'm interested in the things they might say, which is not often. So I listen to him as a last resort when nothing else I like has new episodes. This is not the end of
Dude,
this fucking thing.
But here's the thing. We could stop right there.
Oh, we need to go to the end
Well, here's the
for
thing.
a total
is
review.
Once this person sees us reading their email,
Mhm.
like on the podcast,
Yeah.
dude, they're gonna be hooked
No.
because they're gonna realize all they have to do is write a shitty email towards us every couple of
I
weeks,
hope we
and
get more of this.
it'll be right there.
We need more of these
Presented.
awful emails. Yep.
What I'm figuring,
If you write us an awful review like this, expect to be read about on the podcast.
And
We'll
don't
talk shit about
and
you.
don't expect us to disagree with your points at all
No.
because it is chaos.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I think this
That's what
Karen
this
has
is.
a contusion,
yeah,
and she's like sitting at home on the toilet,
like a sandy vagina.
trying to blow out like some fucking massive jizz that she has plugged in there, you know, like it had hardened in there because she had gotten a train on her, and she's so pissed off that she's just writing this fucking thing. So anyways, okay, so on we go. So I listened to him as last resort when nothing else I like has new episodes. You guys can talk about random shit and do what you are doing, but you need to have a consistent point and consistent target audience. Otherwise, you will never gain traction because even if someone likes your episode you've done, if the rest aren't like that one, they'll never listen again. So we have to do the same thing over and over again, apparently.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
True crime podcast.
I mean,
they talk about
I'm
the
just-
same murder over and over again.
I'm just happy someone cares enough to write us. I mean, that's awesome. That's great.
You truly need a point. That it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's how you know we've made it.
I know. Yeah, we're getting feedback.
it doesn't matter all that much as long as it's consistent. Does it make sense? Question mark. Go finger blast yourself, you dumb bitch. Maybe get a better attitude.
Hey, that's rude. I mean, she's not wrong.
or he.
They are
You
not
put up
wrong.
a picture of two
Karen,
lady
It's
boys.
Karen.
There's no way that either of those are women.
I mean, I can't imagine a man writing that.
No.
If I'm being honest
True
about
crime
it.
podcast. I'm sure they're the ones doing makeup while they're freaking talking.
Like, why
about-
would she even compare us to a true crime podcast?
The last one. Here we go.
Nothing about this podcast is true in the slightest.
Comparing us to Joe Rogan.
Comparing us to what they listen to.
Well, then
Okay.
don't fucking listen to us.
Yeah,
What the
exactly.
fuck? That's the point.
Yeah.
Just
Go fuck off.
yeah, you could have just literally closed the window on YouTube instead of, taking time out of your
Yeah, close it.
apparently
Go fuck off.
not busy life to,
Yeah.
Is
Go
there
try to
another-
get that cum plug out your hoo ha. All right. So last, this is my favorite.
Oh, it's not over.
No, this is the end of it. I'm not claiming to be some kind of podcast expert. I don't. Oh, hold on. I do not claim to be some kind of podcast expert. I don't have a podcast, but I do listen to hundreds of them. Hundreds.
wow, this person has a lot of fucking. I bet you anything. This person's single.
Weekly.
We're probably
It says-
talking about some 42-year-old middle-aged woman who's never been married, has no kids, has no fucking life, house full of goddamn
Yeah,
cats.
she grabs her pork
And
tabbies.
she just sits around and
Podcast time.
fucking listens to podcasts all day, and she somehow randomly, I guess, stumbled upon our piece of shit cast, and this has apparently affected her.
Yeah. Saggy tits with wrinkles all in them. Probably big saucer nipples with saucer areolas, excuse me, with inverted nipples.
Can you send us a picture, please?
Okay, so let me go back to this. But I do listen to hundreds of them weekly, literally. And I want to like yours, but every time I try, I can't get through it because I don't know what the point is.
If you think 45 minutes per podcast on average, right?
Ours?
That's on the low end, not ours.
I was
I'm
gonna
just
say-
talking about in general. And you're listening to hundreds weekly. There's really no time
Yeah,
for sleeping.
I know.
eating.
Does she sleep at all?
Does she sleep with the podcast going in the background?
It's a whole lot of
It's a
fucking
sleeping
Doritos
podcast.
and Mountain Dew and just fat, gelatinous fucking cellulite ass.
Oh God, that's a lot of podcasting.
But every time I've tried, I can't get through it because I don't know what the point is. And my brain just wanders off because I'm bored and I realize I'm not paying attention.
Do you think
Okay,
she fills the void?
I think I can address like most of her complaints right now.
Yeah. Because she's probably listening to a podcast finger diddling herself right now.
I hope it's not a true crime one. That'd be a really weird fetish.
We
Or
like to
somebody pumped and
fetishize
dumped
true
her
crimes.
in the mouth and now she has cum gum in her mouth or something.
All right, so let
Cum gum.
let's
While
address
she's
it.
writing it out. Oh, this tastes horrible. I got cum gum in my mouth.
Let's address it.
We're addressing it. That's the point of bringing this fucking up.
If this podcast was structured, it would be awful, like more awful than it currently is, because it
I
would be
agree.
fucking boring. We'd have a topic. It's like we tried to do it at the beginning. We'd have several topics, and then we just kind of jump from one to the other. Nothing really spontaneous happens.
Yeah.
This is a podcast that's meant to be funny. I mean,
It's debatable,
We've
right?
never really,
That's
never
right.
really labeled it as any genre.
Mhm.
But if we had to, I would say this podcast is supposed to be humor based.
Yeah, but I don't know that we're 100%. Here's
When was the last time we like seriously sat down and talked about like politics or world news or anything that like really seriously goes on in the outside world? It's been months.
yeah.
So I mean, like, it's all for the laughs. If you're not laughing, and
At least once or twice.
yeah, then don't watch. I mean, it's
yeah,
as
just-
simple as that. None of us are going to get offended.
No, go fuck off.
We our last video, no, the video before last.
Mhm.
I mean, I probably just looked miserable that whole video.
Two ago?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
When you guys were doing the fucking sniffing salts and like taking lines
Oh,
of
yeah.
goddamn protein powder.
What's amazing?
Like there was probably just a shitty look on my face because all I wanted to do was fucking punch myself in the dick while that was going on.
you didn't.
I looked miserable.
You didn't.
I
look-
guarantee
the,
it.
The funny thing is, you didn't look miserable on it, but
Well, I
I
felt miserable participating in it, if
no,
that's
no,
any
I know.
consolation.
I got the vibe that you were not happy
And
with it.
that video is our most viewed video. So it just goes to show you random them
hang on.
out there that
When you walked in, you
people
didn't see
want
the
crazy
sign.
bullshit. I mean,
on the door?
seriously. Like, I'd rather sit here and talk about like actual current events and things that pertain to the world. But apparently the people don't give a fuck about that. They want to see people jamming shit up their nose and shocking the shit out of each other.
As long as we can come
Yeah.
back to our focal point, which is cock, then I think
well, yeah,
everything's
I
fine.
mean,
So we do have. I didn't think about that. We do have a central theme here, which is
chaos.
Penis.
Chaos.
Can you put a big word on the back here of the screen that says cock?
Just cock.
Just cock talk.
I don't know why we're not even going to do that, Andrew. What we're going to do is I'm going to get some spray paint,
Okay.
and what we can do is we can just randomly spray paint the wall back here with just cock.
I love
cunt,
that.
Cock.
Can we please? That'd be great.
So yeah, first user review. What's interesting about this is when you look at the analytics, it's obviously nobody can watch us below 18 because I put
Yeah.
that on there, but it's 18 to 45. 77% all men watch us.
Oh, yeah.
So there's not a whole lot of fucking Karens out there, and when we do have a Karen, a cunt hole, a fucking, just a hole for dudes to use, then she wants to bitch about what the fuck we do. Don't watch it. I don't give a fuck. Go fuck off.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised with the amount of cock talk.
Yeah.
That it's that much men.
Well, yeah, you.
That's skewed that for. Whoa, what is that?
That was
What
a
What the
blimp.
fuck? That was like the
That was a
worst penis
Hindenburg.
I've ever seen in my life.
Dude, you can't put a penis up. Did you put a penis up?
I wouldn't call that. That looked like
No, yeah,
that looked like a summer sausage.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like a
That didn't
bloated
look like a
sausage.
penis.
Dude, you can't.
Did
put
not wrap properly.
What the fuck? You can't draw shit on the podcast and just put it up randomly. You got fuck. That's what his dick looks like. It's just fucking gross.
Just a bloated sausage.
Yeah, I've seen it in the bathroom. It's just
Two
fucking...
tiny testicles hanging off the back end.
No, they're giant, but his cock's so thick it makes him look small. He's like Norman over there. Norman with his big my old lady who loves him. He's probably just got a thickie on him. So, anyways, yeah, that's our little review.
I just find it great that someone took the time to write that. I mean, it's not going to affect the podcast. It's not going to change any of our decisions.
I'm
But
gonna go.
I mean, someone's got a lot of time on their hands.
No,
And I appreciate it.
no, I appreciate the pump dump.
She says she's not a podcast expert, but she listens to more
Yeah,
podcasts
hundreds of podcasts
than
a week.
99.9% of
I'm
people.
just gonna re.
I mean, that sounds like an expert to me.
That's you're an expert on podcasts.
Yeah.
We
so
appreciate the
I guess
input.
that means her comments
can you
about
bring
us
back
being
up
shit
Karen?
have credibility
bring
then,
back up
right?
Karen, please.
It makes sense to me.
So my favorite line is, I'm not claiming to be some kind of podcast expert. I don't have a podcast, but I do like to listen to hundreds of them weekly, literally. And I want to like yours. But every time, this is my favorite part, but every time I try, I can't get through it because I don't know what the point is. And my brain just wanders off because I'm fucking bored.
The point is to have a good chuckle. I mean, that's basically it.
Getting railed while she listens to podcasts and then
Yeah.
she
I
can't
mean,
focus
just
on anything.
random
Everybody
dudes.
on here says outrageous things
Yeah.
to elicit an emotional
Yeah.
response, even if we don't mean those things, because that's our draw. We're trying to be funny. At least I'm trying to be funny when I'm on here.
Okay,
Yeah.
Taylor, you're the exception. To me and Andrew just say this shit all the time. You know that. You're the analytical one that reads Reddit news nonstop and stuff like that. You're different. But me and Andrew just say this shit all the time, really. Kind
Taylor
of.
only says this when he's on the podcast, right?
What?
Off the wall garbage. Or
Oh,
do you go
yeah.
out and say stuff at Kaiser like, I don't know, what are some things that we say? We say some great stuff. Not at Kaiser, not at work, of course, because what if that's someone from HR Kaiser?
Because people have delicate sensibilities in the real world.
That's right, absolutely.
Yeah.
We know who's in HR, so it can't be a Karen. So.
I honestly could have seen one of my coworkers writing that email, to be perfectly honest. Like, no, like straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. The reason there's lulls and stuff in there is because I work and I can't spend like 10 hours editing 2 hours of fucking. So I don't go through and chop out all the boring stuff. So
Yeah.
sometimes
You're seeing our stream of consciousness in real time. It's
Yeah.
not
Scary.
We're not going from clip to clip to clip to clip.
Yeah,
It's just not that kind of podcast.
I'm not editing anything. If anything, I'm adding to it. I'll put in names, I'll put in pictures and stuff like that. But I can't go through and do that. The editing software I have, DaVinci, which is fantastic, is really nice. But I'm not gonna fucking go through there and spend fucking 5 hours.
Yeah.
What we
to
invest
edit
in.
this.
Well,
We'll spend-
especially when Andrew and I aren't participating in anything except for the actual recording of the podcast. If we had all of us as a team, doing all this shit together, that might be different. But
Let's hire a team.
that's not how it works out. It's
Hire a
literally
team.
Yeah, I mean,
Joe
we're
Rogan's got a
not
team.
making any fucking money from this, and I don't think any of us really expect to. So I
No.
mean, if you have complaints, that's fine,
Take them up with HR.
but don't expect your complaints to lead to any tangible differences in the show.
If you're trying to make us something we're not, if you're trying to get us monetized or something like that, I don't care if we make money.
Yeah.
It's just fun. The thing that I'd like about the podcast is if it paid for itself. So because we only have one good camera. So I'd like, if we did get monetized, I'd like to buy another good camera. So this one isn't foggy and that one's good. When we need to buy something, Andrew doesn't have to go out and buy lazy readers for $15. We just have a little budget. That's the only thing that I would like
Yeah.
if
We
you got
need
monetized.
more special guests on. We don't have to pay for them out of our own pocket.
Yeah. Or yeah, if we wanted Ben Shapiro, we could fly him in, sit him
If-
down in the chair, and just fucking chastise him for an
I
hour.
bet he'd come out for 15 grand.
Who?
Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, but I don't want to drain 15 grand from my fucking bank account. for-
Why not?
Oh,
You got to
just-
spend money to make money. If you really want to become successful, we got to get Ben Shapiro on.
Do
podcast.
we really want to become successful though?
We go up to the fucking bank to get, because we're probably going to lose our producer here pretty soon because he's going to get a job.
Yes.
So we go up there to set up a bank account.
That's okay. We can put the keyboard right down here, and I can operate it.
And so we're moving them. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're moving them over.
Be perfect.
That's more money I got to spend
For what?
to get a switcher.
A switcher?
A switcher.
What do you mean a switcher?
They have switchers.
Okay, he's just using the keyboard right now.
Well,
Yeah,
Then
so
I have to
just
buy a motherfucking
Get an
long
extended
cord.
cord.
Oh,
Oh,
son of a
yeah, $5 for an extended cord.
So
Fucking
we
USB cord.
Oh,
Jesus
I
Christ.
made up money.
Breaking the fucking
I
bank
made up
here.
money, apparently, fucking millionaire here. Fuck. So we go up to the bank, so to get him his own bank account, right? And I overhear a lady. She goes, $5,000 cashier check. Okay. And then they're bullshitting on what it is. It's to buy my grandson a car. Okay, no big deal. And then she goes, how much do I have left in that account? And she goes, $178,500 and some odd dollars. It's like $178,000. Go out and spend some fucking money. Gee, $178,000. I thought I was bawling, like, oh, look at how much I got in my bank account. And then she goes, $178,000. I just feel like a fucking turd.
Was she closer to retirement age than you?
She was.
Well, maybe that's her retirement fund.
Dead husbands or something. Maybe she's a black
Dead
widow.
husbands.
God, I need a few dead
Plural.
husbands.
You do. 178 in your fucking checking account.
Yeah, checking, not even savings.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hmm.
That's ballin'. All right. That's the kind of money we need on this fucking podcast.
That's absolutely. If we could get a great team for 178 grand.
We need a
Yeah,
team.
for like a month.
And then they would
What do you?
tell-
Well, we get 4 people. You pay them $3 grand a month.
If we had a team, they would want us to do certain stuff. The more money you make, the less freedom you have to do whatever you want. Like we can come in here and talk about whatever the fuck we want. It doesn't matter. But you start, well, we got to pay Sharon or Karen. We got to pay Karen, Bob. We once you have a team, you have responsibilities. That's why when you go to a doctor's office, they only give you 15 minutes, and people go, "Well, that's fucked up." Well, they got 3 secretaries, a PA. They got all these people that they're trying to support in this office, so they've got to cycle people through. That's the way our system's set up. It's just
You
fucking
don't have
shitty.
to.
Going
You
for
can-
bulk.
We could we could keep this kind of, structure if we,
We
had
just
a team.
need some big fat guy. Just feed him fucking Doritos over there, and he's playing a video game while he's swapping fucking.
Who's the
cameras.
guy that wow?
Phasmophobia is the best,
South Park.
man. What?
Who's the South Park fat dude from the World of Make Love Not Warcraft episode?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can see him in my head right now. I don't know his name.
We need one of those
We do.
when he's out.
The thing about him is that he would make us the best that we could ever possibly be. I love that I move these over so you guys, when you bang on the table, it doesn't go through the mics.
Yeah.
The other, I really don't have anything else to talk about or bring up. Those are the 2 things that I wanted to bring up was the email and
I
go
mean,
through that.
there's a huge glaring news topic we could talk about.
What would that be?
Twitter.
You mean besides the fact that some random right-wing asshole broke into Nancy Pelosi's
That's
house
what I
and
wanted to talk
beat
about.
her
yeah.
husband over the head with a fucking hammer,
So
waiting for her to get home so he could kill her?
my father-in-law comes over today and he goes, "Hey, there's somebody from Kaiser that's running for office. He's from the labs." And if you remember, I can't remember what this guy's name was, but they had a picture up of him all over the plant, right?
People don't like him.
People
Oddly
don't like
enough.
him because he called all the Republicans terrorists. Well, do you remember his name?
I know who you're
I've got a
talking
picture.
about, but I don't
You
I
took
don't
a picture
remember
of it?
his name.
Wasn't it,
all I know
wasn't
is
it like Ted Cummings or something like
I
that?
don't know. They were trying to get him off of the e-board or something like that, and apparently according to the rules, that's not allowed. You can't just say cuz he was elected to that position.
Right.
So, you can't just say, "Oh, you're done."
Ted Cummings, yeah.
There's a big old fucking thing about
He
it.
kind of looks like Hitler.
People put, dude, the way that they defaced this picture, they did put a little Hitler stash
they
on,
did.
on his picture.
So my father-in-law goes, "I voted for him."
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he did. He voted
Fuck your
for him.
feelings.
that's
That's exactly what it says on
But
there.
it just seems like more and more that
Mega snowflakes.
That the
That's so good though.
right wingers are somewhat terrorists.
I mean, as much as they like to throw the liberal snowflakes around, every person I've known that leans to the right in their political beliefs gets offended,
Mm-hmm.
like far more often than anyone left leaning does.
What do
It's
we-
like they take
offensive.
everything personally.
So what do we know about this guy?
Who?
The guy who attacked him.
That his
He was going
Facebook
for
was
Nancy.
loaded with QAnon bullshit and
Yeah.
basically the thing that's the mental illness that has taken over the Republican Party.
Not a
is-
surprise there though.
No, because
None of that.
fucking like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Ted Cruz and all these arguably like awful assholes that are in elected office have been talking about,
Hold on.
we need to defeat evil.
taking
you-
things into their own hands.
We need to take our country back. We need to, rise up. They use all this like suggestive language and now they're clutching their pearls and they don't even want to touch on this issue because they've been fomenting this stuff that the Democrats are making the country worse. They're taking away your freedoms. They're forcing you to accept, things that make you feel uncomfortable and all that stuff. They've been feeding into this. They are the enemy for so fucking long now, arguably since Obama got in the office, that now they've got this in their minds that if they don't actually fight back like they're in a war, they're going to lose something.
They'll lose their freedoms.
And all it takes is one mentally deranged, crazy ass. Because I don't think this guy is a shining example for what the right has become. I think
Well-
he's one mentally deranged, crazy asshole.
Do you
But
think he would have done this 6 years ago, right when
No.
Trump's coming into office?
So-
Or do
No.
you think he's been brainwashed in the last
Oh,
6 years?
It's all the shit that's come from Trump getting into office, the crazy shit he says, and the crazy people that Republican voters have put into office that say these off the walls, demonstrably false things that are leading to these actual violent instances in real life.
I want to say that we're kind of fucked up too. I want to say that we're
we're
kind of
humans.
fucked up.
We're all
No.
fucked up.
So
None of us are
hold
perfect.
on. So we had Steven Seagal on
Oh my
last
god.
week, who is a Russian.
That's
He-
true.
Dual citizenship.
He's
And
Putin's butt buddy.
he is.
We
And
can
that-
say that because he's not here with us
Well,
anymore.
let's send him over there so we can fight in a war.
I looked
Sorry,
up-
special operation.
I just looked up Norm here. Norm's a Republican.
No, Norm.
Norm's a Republican.
He's got cum on his mouth.
He's
How
got-
many Republicans do you think would have cum on their lips like that? I mean,
Well,
at least try and hide it.
Here's the deal.
Definitely Lindsey Graham.
Well,
Here's the deal. I'm guessing somebody just blew a load and they were trying to shove it out the hoo-ha into the toilet and he went and sucked it up and that's jizz on his lip. He's holding it until he can find a recipient, a donor that he can spit that cum back
that's
into
why he
her
hasn't said
hoo-ha.
anything.
Yeah. That's why he's so quiet right now. It's what are
got
we
about
doing
going
having
on.
these assholes on the podcast? I didn't know. I just looked up his political affiliation. So
It's better for your seed to be in the belly of a whore
Yeah.
than to fall onto the ground.
what the fuck?
Yeah. True story. Pretty sure it says that somewhere in the Bible.
Oh yeah, it does. I don't remember the whore part. Belly of the whore.
It's a whore. They're all whores. Especially this Karen that wrote us. The one with the cum plug in her because she got a train run on her.
Well, to be fair, she probably thinks that masturbation is murder.
But who doesn't think that? Obviously, Norm does because he swallowed up that jizz and he's looking for a hoo-ha to spit it in.
You
But
just paint
it's
a picture
dribbling
with
out.
words,
Yeah,
don't you?
it's dribbling out though.
You don't leave anything to the imagination.
Yeah, I wish we could. I want to really zoom in on that with Norm. He's like, well, what the fuck? Well, you got cum on your lips. Oh, I understand now. Your mouth is full of it.
Poor Norm.
Poor Norm. I really liked him. And did you ever watch Walking Dead?
Of course,
Yeah.
he was great.
God, the first couple 3 seasons, 4 seasons, whatever the fuck it was great.
Mhm.
We watched it religiously, and then
You
And
go-
then you
We
just,
just
got
stopped.
bored because the same thing happens every fucking season over and over and
it
over
was
again.
it was when Negan came in and all that bullshit. The last ones I think we watched where he was just taking his bat and slamming it into their head, and then after that we just didn't watch it anymore. I don't know why.
It's boring as fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't watch it. That was
Well,
it was
I
it was
quit watching
amazing
after
until there.
season 5.
What was that? Do you
The one
remember?
where they find that community that has basically been isolated.
That's
from,
someone train tracks and their cardboard signs that they're seeing pointing towards the community.
No, I don't know. It's filled with the people who like haven't really had much interactions with the zombies because they've been behind a wall, a fence. They've got the
Oh,
solar power
That was
panels.
before that.
Basically a nice little
Yeah,
before the baseball bat guy.
yeah. It was like the cult community where they'd send certain people out to go get food and shit like that.
Yeah.
yeah. When'd you stop watching?
It was right at that time. It was before Negan came on.
Yeah,
I just know what happens with him and my favorite character, so I stopped watching.
favorite character.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Who is it?
You know exactly who it is.
Is it Norman?
It's not Norman. No, he's
Who's your favorite
every
character?
Female's favorite character.
I mean, isn't there literally a Karen on that show who's like in a thing with Norman Fetus?
yeah, the
I liked her. The old lady, the MILF.
short-haired one.
Yeah,
The
A
MILF.
MILF.
Gilf.
Really?
Silver
she's
fox.
she's a gilf.
We're seeing where your attractions
So
lie
here
now.
we're going down the road yesterday, and we're talking about gilfs. I said, "Yeah, we need to have some jokes about gilfs." And Zach looks at me and goes, "I want a Harley Davidson." So what was it? God damn it! He goes, "If you want to touch this hog, you better buy me a hog." And I just started laughing. It was so stupid. If you want this hog, you better buy me a hog. And he was talking about
Your son's a true hoss.
yeah,
Raise hell, praise Dale.
yeah. No, I liked
I bet
her.
he's got a
I can't
belt buckle,
remember
too.
her, but I liked her. Every
She
once
was
in a
the
while,
one
she
whose
fucked
husband
everything
was
up.
beating the shit out of her in like the first season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember that.
That was
Okay.
amazing. What a fucking. Sometimes shows will capture so many people and so many people enjoy them, and yeah, it's. I guess I got burned out
I
on
was
it.
hooked
Yeah.
for so long. The entire country was. That was the biggest show in the country for.
That was.
Like
I'm
3
all
seasons.
for TV series that have the staying power of like what 11 seasons or whatever the fucking
Yeah.
on to now.
They shouldn't last 11 seasons.
But this show,
Shut it down.
it's just the same thing. It's, oh my God, what are we going to do? Fight through the zombies, get someplace safe, make it safer, fuck up the whole situation just so you can go back to the beginning of, oh my God, there's a bunch of zombies. What are we going to do?
But I didn't.
Then they
mind
go
it.
someplace safe. And then it's repeating the
Dude,
same
they're sawing off a
bullshit over and
dude's
over
leg in a
again.
fucking penitentiary that's abandoned. It was just amazing shit. It was
It's 'cause-
great.
I mean, as long as it makes money, they're of course going to keep pumping out seasons.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad could have kept making money if they kept, but they ended it when, it was perfect.
I don't know that it was perfect.
It was absolutely perfect from beginning to end. That
I was
show
getting
was
tired of
straight
it.
perfection.
I was getting tired of Breaking Bad.
I don't understand why. They changed up the formula every season. Everything was different.
You can revitalize something. I don't know if you guys have watched Californication.
With
No.
Matthew Perry.
No.
That's that's
Yeah, it was Matthew
I've
Perry.
got him
He's
on the
he's on the show on the cardboard cutout next week.
Fuck.
I can't think about what his
Uh,
from the X Files.
X-Files.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Fucking amazing. And how they revitalized that. Because I watch Weeds. You guys watch Weeds?
I
It was
watched
great
the
until
first
they left
like 3 seasons, and then
the
I was
town.
just like, okay, this is fucking stupid.
It
It was
gets
good
fucking
for
stupid.
the first 3 seasons.
Yeah,
After
it was
that, awful.
amazing. But they didn't really change anything up or make anything better. When they brought Rob Lowe into Californication, oh my fucking god, did I love it. And I didn't like Rob Lowe. I just thought he was just some
Yeah.
good-looking asshole that was a bad actor
Like eye
until he
candy.
was in that. And it was like, holy fuck.
You're surprised what he's in because in Parks and Rec,
By the
he's
way,
fantastic.
it's David Duchovny.
David Duchovny. It just popped into your head?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the lady's name on X-Files?
Nancy Pelosi.
It was Nancy
Fuck.
Pelosi. You're fucking absolutely right. And that's why her husband got hit in the head with a fucking hammer. Guy didn't like aliens.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
seems like a pretty extreme response, though.
Yeah. He's trying to save the, American way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Aliens. Get it? Border hoppers.
You know,
you in the fucking head, you son of a bitch.
Putting the pieces together.
Yeah. It's right there, man. It's right there. I understand the conspiracy theories. I get it.
okay,
I can't
Nancy
think of her name.
Pelosi's husband. He was looking for Nancy.
yeah.
Where's
Hey,
Nancy?
he
Where's Nancy?
He made that fucking clear, according to the police.
yeah.
Think
Well-
about all the insider trading that would have dropped off a cliff if Nancy had got destroyed by a guy with a hammer.
It's, they voted on it. They were going to have a vote that you couldn't do that. And then, well, fuck, we can't vote on this.
Weird.
Let's go to
Yeah.
recess.
The people that are making money off insider trading are the ones voting on the bill. Outrageous. Why? It's
Well,
weird they didn't vote it through.
It's the same reason why they'll never have term limits, because it's up to them to change the rules
Yeah,
to make term limits.
it's
But
something a little skewed with their process.
there's no
here.
incentive for them to do that,
It's
because
almost like it should be voted on by the people.
oh yeah, because that's gonna happen.
So the one thing that Joe Rogan does say that I agree with is we all have phones. We don't need this bullshit anymore. So we should have the ability to vote for some stuff. Just like in the state, we can vote on certain issues. We should be able to vote on certain national issues too. We all can vote.
Think of all the
can
garbage.
all
we're
be
gonna-
secure.
All the things, all the laws we're gonna meme into existence. All this shit. Hey, we're gonna get 100,000 people to vote. Everyone's got to have sex with a pony, and then people are gonna meme it into existence.
Like what kind of pony?
Yeah, it's a
Like My
Shetland
Little Pony, a Shetland
A
pony.
cute
voting
one, long
voting
hair.
by cell phone would never work
Why?
because of the inherent nature of the internet. Nothing is secure.
You get
I mean,
4chaners
just-
to go after a
just
certain law.
Let's think about how many hands your data passes through when you do basically anything. So, first off, it passes through your cell provider.
Right.
Then after that, it probably passes through either Google or Amazon.
Does Rupert
Because-
Murdoch own any cell phone companies, or do you think he could have a hand in them?
I'm sure he has a hand in a lot of things. I don't know.
There you go.
But then once you get, past Google or Amazon, because they control basically most of the United States' real server infrastructure, then you got to go through the hub,
What hub?
the hub,
The hub.
the internet hub,
The hub.
where basically all traffic passes through before it goes to its destination. These hubs are at the ends of the undersea cables that transit the oceans, to other countries. So your data and your actions in your computers at home, on your phones, are all susceptible to being seen, altered, or potentially attacked at any time.
So when I go on Amazon and it's got the little thing, the little lock thing up there that tells me that it's a secure connection, it's not really secure. Is that what you're telling me? That it can-
Nothing is 100% secure. No.
Son of a bitch.
I mean,
I don't have 178,000 in my bank account.
all that little
Fuck.
lock and the HTTPS means is that this website is currently using
Encrypted.
a standard of security that's accepted by
What was it?
the world as a whole.
What'd you put up?
Don't even worry about it.
I just saw bother. What the fuck? Now I gotta rewatch this and see if I gotta cut that out. Son of a bitch.
Honestly, paper voting is the most secure way to do it, especially by mail, like Washington State does it.
Okay, we need to figure out a secure way to. How do we change that then? Term limits or lobbying's the big one, right?
Money in politics.
Yeah, money
Apparently,
in
it's a
politics.
hammer to the forehead.
All
That's
right.
how we make real change.
Dude.
Yeah. By hitting someone who's not an elected official in the head with a hammer.
Well, it
I mean, if
couldn't-
that's the case, we should all just start swinging away at each other every time we see somebody we don't know.
I'm running for councilman.
Yeah?
Ooh, I like it.
Just
What
to look at
college do you
my
have?
Digital footprint.
I-
Don't worry
didn't
about it.
Bobert didn't even fucking finish high school, I believe. So you should be fine.
Well, she was on that website for.
Yeah. Stinkypussy.com. That's what it was. Stinkypussy.com.
No, the Sugar Daddy website.
Sugar Daddy, I know. And that's where she met Ted Cruz, the most hated guy in fucking politics.
Is that where she met Ted Cruz?
She
No,
met
No, that,
Is that
that,
what
that was on
happened? Is that situation?
stinkypussy.com.
stinkypussy.com. I don't no, she met him at I don't know.
How do I spell that? Just
Probably at some kind of like KKK conference.
It's probably wrong, just like I thought it was Spank Bank when it's Spank Bang.
stanky pussy.
Yeah, it
Stanky
should be
pussy.
it should be Stinky
Yeah.
Pussy, but it's probably Stank Puss. That's probably
I
what
mean,
it is.
That
That's
seems
fucking
like a
so
huge
stupid.
missed opportunity with Spank Bank.
Yeah.
I mean, that
Yeah, because you're putting it away.
somebody fucked up.
You're not putting it away. What do you mean? He's saving it for later in your jar? No.
You're making
you
a withdrawal.
bang.
You're making a withdrawal. Come on, it still makes sense.
Well,
I'm making a deposit while I'm in
you're
withdrawal.
making a deposit is what you're doing. It's wow that you're making a withdrawal and you're depositing something.
Yeah, see, it's
amazing.
exactly like a bank works.
Wow.
We're on to something.
Yeah.
Karen,
Is-
what do you think?
No, what the fuck is
Are we
that?
good?
No, what is it?
You following?
What was that? You could go there and get websites from them. And they used to have TV commercials all the time with hot
GoDaddy?
chicks on there. GoDaddy. We need to go to GoDaddy and get Spank Bank.
Yeah.
It's
how
only
much
like
that would cost.
$4.99.
Because I'm sure so many people spell spank bang wrong, thinking they're going to.
Spank Bank, yeah.
Yeah.
It
They've
seems
gotta
like
spell it.
all you need to do is put a bunch of ads on a homepage, and then when people accidentally type in Spank Bank, you just make money from them going to the page and being like, "Oh fuck, this isn't what I wanted."
Well, put up a
There's
I'm
no,
almost-
no pussy on here, just closing the window. But they already saw the ads.
I'm
No, we're
almost
gonna
willing.
put pussy up there.
I'm almost willing to change the fucking podcast name to Spank Bank.
You should. It's no copyright claim, so
Wow.
you could. You're onto something.
No, we're on to something.
Where we splooge our ideas. To the
We're
masses.
splooge our ideas, and maybe we'll I don't know, recommend
Daryl can't take any more.
stinkypussy.com to Karen up there who wrote it in because you know she's got a stinky pussy. Or Norman, he's got to sit through this with his religious ideals and his Republican nature.
Karen, if you want to come on the podcast to try and clear things up,
We'd like that, Karen.
as long as you shower beforehand, we don't need any more stanky pussy. We already have
Well,
enough.
We really need to have a point to this podcast. Why can't we just come on here and have fun? What's the
Cock.
fucking point?
We've had a point. We just never knew. We never thought that.
Never
cock was
thought
the
it through.
point.
Taylor, yeah, he crystallizes some thoughts every once in a while. He just makes sense.
Yeah,
Sometimes.
maybe.
Me and Andrew are just floating through life.
Not enough sense to have people watch our podcast.
We're just sitting
though.
here talking about cock and we didn't even realize it. Didn't even realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's close.
I wonder why we have cock on
I
our
don't-
mind so much.
I don't think I've spouted a gem during this podcast yet, though.
No, it's coming.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Our TikTok did really well.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
as many views as any of our other TikToks within a couple days.
I
oh,
saw that.
Uh,
wow.
Yeah. Nothing on the. What is your TikTok?
I don't have a frame of reference for that.
Oh, it's big.
Oh, wow.
Big.
Big.
Not as big as Andrew. Andrew puts up these stupid fucking memes, and he does a horrible job of editing them. Because I went through and watched them.
edit them. I'm not
Dude, the
editing
transitions are
memes.
fucking horrible. But he gets like 50,000 views on these fucking
That was
things.
okay. So
Can we
are you
get
making
the,
Are you making this shit in Windows Movie Maker?
I'm not.
Can we-
It takes
can
me 30 seconds. Because
what
it
is the
goes-
name?
goes
Hold
through
on. What is the
TikTok.
name of your TikTok so we can get that out there if anybody wants to watch it?
No one. Daily
Slimy Fudge
memes.
Muffin.
It's isn't it Kowalski's Daily Memes?
Hmm.
This is Daily Memes.
Do you have a
Daily
following
memes.
I don't know about?
No,
it's pretty
No?
small.
I don't because one of my videos got taken
I don't
down.
have TikTok, so I don't
and
know.
now I don't get.
So I almost
get
have
views.
as many on my TikTok. I almost have as many people following me as Andrew does, and I have 0 videos up.
Yeah, it took me a week to get that. That would have taken
300?
So
3
you-
weeks.
So you,
Oh, Norm, he's about
Fuck.
ready. He's leaving us.
yeah.
He's leaving us. He just slipped
Norm's gotta
down.
go.
He said, "Fuck it, I'm out of here." You
Norm's gotta-
fucking Democratic liberal snowflake.
He just found the
cocksuckers."
stanky pussy to spit that splooge into.
Well, he's trying to get out of here to go talk to the stanky pussy that wrote us a little letter.
Goodbye, Norman Fetus.
Norman Fetus. Well, he's in
Not
a great
going
game
anywhere.
coming up, right? You said a great game.
I think the game actually released like 3 years ago, but sure, why not?
Oh, so
Is he in another game?
no. not
Was he
saying
in
no.
Silent Hill too?
I don't think so.
Oh,
really like Norm until
Then
I
fuck
found
him.
out he was a Republican who loves QAnon.
just wait till he goes to France.
France.
Yeah, in his standalone Walking Dead series.
Wait, is that a
There's-
thing?
Yeah,
What?
it was gonna have. Oh, her name wasn't Karen; it was Carol.
Carol.
In the Walking Dead, his
That bitch.
kind of sort of love interest.
And that's
But, yeah,
matter of fact,
she
that's
wa-
who
it-
wrote the note to us is Carol.
It was supposed to be a show about the two of them, but then apparently she couldn't like show up for any of the like filming.
Oh,
So
really?
it's just going to be about a show about him in France.
They're gonna kill her off.
with the variants, because now we got to throw smart and fast zombies into The Walking Dead
Wow.
because
I hate-
everybody's so fucking bored with the shamblers.
I love that.
No,
No, the time
Fast
to do
zombies,
that was
no.
like season fucking 2 of The
Did you
Walking
not-
Dead,
did you
not
not-
12.
I know, but did you not like I Am Legend?
those were vampires.
Those weren't vampires.
Those are vampires?
They couldn't go in the sunlight. Their skin burned. Those were definitely a sort of vampire.
Those weren't zombies.
No.
They didn't have teeth.
Yes, they did.
I don't remember them having teeth.
They did have teeth, right?
No, they weren't vampires. They were
As
zombies.
far as
No,
I know,
then why does light burn
I
them?
legitimately
I just think that's
remember-
the edge they gave this. Because they were, I don't think they were vampires. They were caused by a
Well, they
virus.
They only
weren't. They
came out
weren't
at night.
vampires in the sense that they suck your blood and all that
Do you
shit.
remember- you
but
remember-
they burn in sunlight.
Yeah, do you
Okay.
remember her being on the table? I don't remember teeth on her. They would have showed fangs if they were vampires.
So she was breathing. You know, he was curing the vampirism. Yeah. So at night, you remember at the very beginning of I Am Legend, he has to pour ammonia on the steps, and then he goes and sits in the bathtub because at night that's when all the vampires would come out.
Right. No, I know. They only come out at night. And they
What-
could
what is
smell him.
zombie.
So wouldn't they be werewolves then? I mean, we didn't see
Maybe they're-
teeth, but we saw
I
that
think
they had
They
great sense of
most
smells.
definitely have teeth.
Well, look it up. See, Wikipedia will tell you if they were fucking vampires. And we need to get to the
Zombies
bottom of
wouldn't
this.
have teeth. Do zombies have, this is the first thing to fall out.
Yeah, they definitely
What?
have teeth. Because
What, are they
Look,
fucking-
this is the close-up of him.
What do they gum you to
And
death?
look,
What do you think?
He may have gnarled teeth, but
Dude.
those are definitely teeth.
I Am Legend. God, why do I got to do this?
What do you mean? Why you got to do this?
Well, let's see, y'all. You could have Wikipedia'd the fucking thing and found out 2 seconds ago, but you had to show me pictures.
Well, do you
don't-
think a Wikipedia
Thanks.
page is
Thanks.
going to tell you when I don't even think the people who made the movie gave a fuck of
Oh,
whether
they
they were
probably did.
zombies or vampires?
Oh, they went off the source material of the book.
Okay, what's the book?
In the book, it has to have been
It
zombies
says
or vampires.
in I Am Legend, the vampires share more similarities with zombies.
What is this on? I'm gonna read the book.
Wikipedia.
I'm gonna fucking the book. I'm getting the book.
Apparently, the book is really good.
Although
pretty
the
different.
idea has now become commonplace, a scientific origin for vampirism or zombies.
Oh, there you go. So here's the deal. I'm gonna get the book.
Whatever.
I'm gonna get the book, and I got to learn how to read. Once I learn how to read, I'll read this motherfucker. It'll probably take me about 6 months, but then I'm gonna come back on here and tell you if it's a vampire or a zombie. Norman should be able to tell us right now, but he's got a mouthful of cum and he won't talk.
Relatable. Now, we were gonna say something. What were we
Oh,
gonna
here
say?
we go. The experts from Quora are going to
Well, that's very important.
solve this for us.
Yeah.
Great
The
movie, though.
original novel, written in 1954,
54.
the people were closer to vampires.
So I guess they didn't have any sort of. They weren't.
They're
one
not
or
a
the other.
niche. There's not a niche. They could be either or.
They're zombie vampires.
I like that. Thank you.
They're vampires.
What are they?
Zombies.
Zombies. Zambies?
Zombies.
I don't know what
You
the fuck
can't
they're-
say Zambies. I'm pretty
That's
sure
racist.
PewDiePie's got that copyrighted.
What?
Yeah, Zambies. He says that shit all the time.
Oh,
when
fucking
he-
Carol will get on there. She'll
nigga.
write us a note. Thanks, Karen. Carol. God, whatever the fuck your name is.
Cheryl.
Go fuck off.
I had no idea
What else
about
you
that.
got in your holster?
I'm just gonna call her cum dump from now on.
What else you got in your cock sleeve?
I got nothing. That was it for me.
Got anything, Andrew?
I always have stuff.
Like of substance?
No.
What time did you get up today?
9.
9.
6:30.
He was. Well, how did we get a text from you at 8:30?
I fell back asleep. He didn't get a text from me at 8:30.
I got a text from you this morning.
Yeah.
I had
It
to have
said you
fallen
couldn't
asleep.
find somebody for D&D, and then Dwayne informed you, it's just a podcast today.
So,
And that was at that was
56.
that was at 8:56,
Okay.
arguably 9 o'clock.
Okay, so our D&D dungeon master, Cody, and I prefer to have Cody do that. He's in college?
Yeah.
And so he's doing midterms right now? So that's not a possibility. When we do D&D again,
It needs to be recorded.
well,
Because unlike the
fine,
last
but-
time we played a 6-hour game and none of it got fucking recorded.
So
Oh no, the shutter was closed.
They'll just we're
So-
streaming it. We're streaming it. So 4 people got to enjoy it, and then it never got saved.
no, we got 12 followers
Most
on Twitch from
fucking
that.
disappointing
12
shit
followers.
of my
Yeah,
life.
12 followers on Twitch from that.
I'd much rather be able to rewatch it and see how zany it was.
Okay, but here, stop for a second. So here's what we need to do when we have
Zany.
Cody here. Let's not just run through one. Let's have an ongoing thing. So we have a start and a stop.
Well, he was starting us off with something simple and short, so the people who hadn't played it, mainly me, could understand kind of the layout.
You were more on it than me because you just kept asking fucking questions, and I just wanted to move.
You know what? I wanted to make sure nobody stole any shit from our boat.
Dude, Mr. Kill
Just
Happy
because
over
you're
here.
willing to throw fucking caution to the wind, turn on your goddamn teammates at a moment's notice.
Dude,
till
yeah,
till
first
I
sign of
start.
danger.
Till
We're getting
I know.
arrows.
I know. We were surrounded by fucking goblins and a fucking an ogre, whatever.
My feeling is Cody wanted to leave.
Fucking
He was done.
only one of you may leave. So what does this motherfucker do? He starts trying to swing his axe
Okay.
at us. Only changes back to our side when I start taking motherfuckers out with firebolt.
What's the? Well, you can't blame him. He's got low intelligence. He's
I
gonna
can
go
blame
with.
him.
He's got that, defense mechanism.
I can most certainly blame him.
Fight or flight, bitch.
And the crazy thing about it is, we still won. All of us survived.
Of course we were gonna win it
Well, how'd we
because
get out?
that's the way Cody set it up.
We're
He
still down there.
he was our dungeon master.
Yeah, but see,
wanted it
when
to
you
end.
swung your fucking axe at me, you would have killed me in one hit if
Yeah.
you were actually able to fucking hit anything.
Yeah.
You just
Because
rolled
apparently
low.
that whole game you were rolling like 1s and 2s.
It's because I was drinking heavily that game.
Yeah, because that affects your dice roll.
the dice were drunk.
In all honesty, it was time to be done. Cody was trying to get us through, to
And
the
it was
end.
an epic game.
It was not.
I had
epic.
so much fucking fun.
That was a lot of fun.
But so what we need to do is have an ongoing thing. So it's just we stop at a point and then we just come back and continue that
I agree.
on our next D&D.
I agree.
Thingamabobber. And it's cool to stream to Twitch and all of that, but I think
No, streaming is fucking pointless.
we'll do both.
What makes watching something live any more organic than watching something that was recorded? You
I
still
feel-
don't know what's going to happen.
I like being in the moment more. If I was gonna go to a concert,
But for
I'd rather be
someone
at the concert live.
someone who's watching that, does it really matter?
yeah,
I don't think so.
I like watching it the same time as everyone else, not afterwards.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If you go to a concert, you're going to be in there in person watching that concert.
Mhm.
Nobody is going to be saying, oh, well, I'd rather be watching these guys from the same fucking room.
Okay.
Nobody's going to do that. Either way, they're staring at us on a fucking computer monitor. So what does it matter if it's
So,
live or recorded?
This is what it matters. If it's streamed, then people have the chance to interact with us. Now, granted, we only had I think 12 people in there max at one time, I think, but they were actually able to type to us, especially when you guys went out and did your chain smoking and Andrew hit the crack pipe. We had time to, I sat in here and talked to the few people that were in the stream while you guys were out peeing and doing all the stuff that you did.
You're getting real dad talky with Cody.
Cody had left too. I was talking to the people on the stream, the people that were typing to us.
Oh, I was on the toilet cracking the bowl when I was looking at the stream and watching you talk to Cody.
Oh, I was talking to Cody.
You're talking to Cody about his relationships. Yep. And I was spraying your bowl.
Spraying it,
Yep.
splattering it. You
I
mean
was,
You
I
weren't
was doing a
peeing.
lot more.
you weren't peeing? Great. There's DNA left on my fucking toilet bowl, and it's not my toilet bowl. The one downstairs is our producer's. So
Yeah.
yeah, you're fucking. Maybe that's where Norman went. He went and fucking siphoned up some of that cum that you left on the fucking bowl. That's
Don't let any woman sit on the toilet. I'm pretty potent.
yeah. If that was true, Amanda would be pregnant right now.
I just. That's
How is Amanda, by the way?
just doing well.
Why'd your eyes get big?
Yeah.
You guys haven't heard? You haven't read the news?
No.
Okay. She's doing good. What are you looking
She's
at?
pregnant.
Is she pregnant?
She's pregnant.
No.
Did you
That's not newsworthy.
did you put baby batter in her?
No.
Where do you fling the baby batter?
On the wall. Looks like Jackson Pollock. We have a black light.
He's a pull-out pro.
Pull-out pro. Jackson Pollock.
You having a stroke?
No, it's just one of the things that we need to do on the podcast. Just letting Karen know, or Carol, whatever your name is, share stuff. But I think Andrew's pulling
Share
back.
stuff.
Did anybody use the lazy readers?
My son
I
did.
tried driving with him. it was awful.
I put them upstairs on
Yeah.
the counter, and they were fucking gone in 5 minutes.
I killed
Yeah.
4 people.
And I heard my son downstairs fucking around with them, so they're getting good use.
Did he like them?
I guess they
Yeah,
haven't
that's
come back upstairs, so I'm assuming so.
I think every news story of a guy in a Dodge Challenger plowing through a crowd of parade goers is just a guy wearing those
Lazy readers.
lazy readers. Yeah,
God,
Yeah, you
that's-
think that just nothing malicious about it? Just
nothing malicious. It's just oops.
one of the
doing
I
something,
had my wrong glasses on.
doing something for shits and giggles.
I thought these were my sunglasses. Killed 12.
All right, what else we got before we wrap this fucking thing up?
What makes you think I'm holding back? I'm not holding back.
You're holding back.
No.
Yeah. Look at. Did his eyeballs not get huge when we brought up her name?
They did.
What the fuck? Like, go ahead and say Chris to me.
Chris.
Eyes are the same. This is like, Chris.
Well, because come on, you guys have been married for an eternity.
yeah.
What new things could be happening in your life?
When we introduced Daryl into the bedroom, that was something new. And she was able to sit there and stare at him. Holy shit.
Dude, you got Daryl in the splash zone. I feel bad for
She was
him.
cracking, yeah. If you're
Now
talking
we know
about
how
Jackson
that cum
Pollock.
got there.
Yeah.
At least give him like a shawl or something. Give him something to
He needs fucking like plastic rain
wait
gear.
out the rain. Yeah.
like what you'd see yellow, like somebody that's going out to go fishing for the fucking week. That's what we have him in the
I
bedroom.
could see, it's like Shamu at SeaWorld.
Yeah.
Just- You sit in the first
That's
4
what he
rows,
hears.
You're getting splattered.
in the bedroom. What the fuck is that? Man, it's Chris.
Mm.
All right.
Inappropriate.
It's what the fuck?
Karen's not gonna like that.
Is it Karen or Carol? Because I'm confused.
I'll call her Carol.
Carol.
I mean,
That
did
bitch
she
Carol.
actually put her name in there?
There might have been, but I might have blocked everything out
Oh yeah.
to.
Wouldn't wanna. What do they call it these days?
Well, we took
What-
we
Cancel? Put her on blast?
What do they call it? Where you put someone's information out there
we
in order for people to contact them with their opinions. I don't know. Young people have a name for it these days.
next time put down your social security number, please.
And the name of your kindergarten teacher.
Name, address, phone
Your
number.
mother's maiden name.
First dog. Because you know it's the
Your
first
favorite
dog. It's
sports
like,
team. Yeah.
what's your favorite dog? What's his first name? Mom's maiden name. Favorite sports team.
All right.
I mean those things seem like really easy things to find with things like, Facebook around.
Yeah, what was your first address?
What was the first street you lived on?
Yeah.
What was your first elementary school?
I'm asking you,
Like, that
Daryl,
shit
you
isn't
motherfucker.
public knowledge.
I'm sick of his squinty fucking eyes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know why she thought he was hot,
Look at him.
but
He looks like Johnny Depp, but like trailer trash.
he looks like an old version of fucking Johnny Depp. Somebody who'd smoked too long, and
You think so?
no, he didn't
'Cause
look
that's
like
kind
Johnny
of
Depp
how
at
he's
all.
looked like forever. Like even when he was in the Boondock Saints,
Oh, that's
like
right.
he hasn't really changed that much over the years.
Still a stud. Always will be a stud.
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap her up since we have nothing else to talk about. I need to really put more effort into
I know
Focus.
Karen might be onto something. We
Yeah.
need some structure here, right?
I need content.
I mean,
I could give a fuck about
We
structure.
need more dicks. We need to wrap it up. with
We
dick talk.
very we didn't talk. What do you think the
you
size
had
of-
that spinny wheel, right?
Yeah, we got the spinny wheel.
So why don't you just put random topics on there every week and you spin it and talk about it?
Oh, we could do one behind you guys. So
Yeah.
he spins it.
I was
and
gonna
it just goes
say.
to a random topic that I picked.
If we got a spinny wheel, then yeah, we can just put a bunch of random shit up there.
Yeah.
And then every week put more random shit up.
Why doesn't somebody from the audience give us a fucking topic, you motherfuckers? Probably
Because we're
because
not streaming.
because we're not streaming.
Yeah, they can't be interacting with us
If
at the
we
same
stream,
time.
we could just all three of us stare at the camera, waiting for someone to come on and give us a topic, just in anticipation.
I want to give you some, dick talk with Andrew. This is what it can be. He's going to field all the dick questions, and since Taylor's such a aficionado with pussy, he gets sneaky pussy questions.
That's news to me.
So yeah. Anyways,
Not a big muff diver.
we need to finish this up with the focus on what our podcast is about.
Yeah, cock.
Cock.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Daryl's cock.
Let's not and say we didn't.
What do you think Daryl's got hidden in that fucking?
Salty.
I mean,
You think it's salty?
You just know that you're getting your cholesterol intake by touching the tip.
You think he eats a lot of McDonald's?
Yeah,
he just looks like a greasy, sweaty person.
I don't remember the last place we went. It's salty fucking fries. Like too much salt. You ever have too much salt on your fries?
That's awful.
It is.
It's
No.
like almost unedible.
I mean, like, I guess I've had McDonald's fries that were like
Oversalted.
way too salty, but those instances seem to be few and far between. And it's
Yeah.
been a long time since I've experienced that. I mean, like, whenever you go to a restaurant, most of the time they give you fries without salt so you
What?
can salt them.
You know what are super salty? I heard are Rocky Mountain oysters. To wrap it back up into dick talk.
That's
heard
where
that those
we
have
need
a
to
lot
come
of
full
cholesterol.
circle.
Yeah, I've heard that. Someone at work told me that they're very salty.
Who
I'm
was that?
curious. Can't say it on the
Starts with an
podcast.
M.
Never had
Yeah.
oysters.
Well, these are different.
These are different.
These Rocky Mountain oysters.
Oh,
Oh,
are,
you're
are-
fucking
are
talking
much
about
different.
testicles again, aren't you?
Bull balls.
Aren't they?
If we bought some, would you eat some?
Yeah.
You would. Would you eat them?
Fuck no.
Neither would I.
I'll
I think
eat-
they're
what do
so
you mean?
fibrous.
I've
There
heard
would
they're
be some
really
fibrous.
chewy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have to cook them, or
That's
would you
fine.
just eat them raw?
What am I gonna eat? Balls raw? No, I
mean,
suck balls raw.
Like, how would you buy them? Like, do you go to like some sort of like weird like produce market and like,
No,
oh
I-
yeah, this one's really ripe. Let's grab this.
No.
Or is it something you like get out of a can? Like, how does one buy?
Okay.
You get to pick 'em
testicles
off the
to
bowl.
eat?
see if it's
So-
a low hanging fruit.
So my buddy Mike said that he could get us some balls,
Like fresh.
like fresh balls. So he said he could get sheep balls and bull balls. So if you want,
What do you think kangaroo balls taste like?
ooh, probably fucking delicious. They're from down under.
Well, most balls are.
Yeah, I'm sure they're fucking fantastic though. There we go. There's our TikTok.
I will not be participating in any testicle eating.
Taylor, what do you participate in?
I mean, I guess I sniffed those gaming salts.
Fucking-
It didn't do anything for me like it seemed to do to you lunatics.
So what we need to do next time is get some more Get Good and then put cocaine on them. So we need to trick Taylor into shit is what we need to do.
Yeah, because that's legal.
Yeah, but
It's
now that-
accidentally
now that-
drug you.
now that you've said that, I'm just not going to do anything.
I'm not going to do
with that
anything.
anyways.
All right. So Norman's got a nice cock. So I wrapped it up
Allegedly.
full circle. Well, my wife thinks so.
Well, I mean, he was talking about eating testicles. So
Yeah. I mean, that'll be the next thing we do on the podcast.
I doubt that.
What do you mean?
I doubt it.
I'll fucking get it done.
In a
I'll
week,
text.
in a week,
I'll text Mike right now.
you're going to get edible testicles within a week.
Norman, it's not time to go quite yet, motherfucker. Yeah,
I
I'll
don't
get
know,
it.
he hasn't exactly been adding much to the conversation, has he?
So I got a deep fat fryer. So we'll bring it out here on the podcast while we're doing D&D. I'll have Nikki, my son, come out, brew them up for you, or you want them barbecued.
No, deep fried sounds better.
Okay. So,
You get your testicles
Air
like
fried.
breaded first, or what?
well, that's what I'm going to ask. Would you prefer
Oh yeah,
breaded?
I prefer breaded.
Okay. So, well, that's what we'll do.
How big do you think they are?
I think they're big.
yeah.
I think it'll be
You
like a
think they are?
full load of breakfast. So we have,
How do you know if they're fully cooked?
Huh?
Like I'm.
You
when
know
they
what?
float.
I think
The
you're being. I think
intricacies.
you're being concerned about the wrong thing here.
What?
when they
It's
float,
food.
have
It's
you,
still meat.
do you
It's
not-
off the cow.
do you not have a deep fat
Off
fryer?
the bowl. I have an air fryer. No,
We could
deep
do an
fryer.
air fryer too. It just
No.
depends on what you want. You want deep
I
fat fried.
prefer deep fat fryer. Yeah.
Deep fat fried balls.
I mean,
Okay.
do you really consider it food?
Dude, it's
Is this
supposed-
something you've eaten before?
They sell them not too far away in Idaho.
Have
That's
you
where
have you eaten them before?
No.
Well, is
then
there,
can you really claim that they're food?
what if they're
They're a
juicy and
menu item
squirt-
on a restaurant. I'm
What-
gonna assume that.
What
I'm gonna say
restaurant
yes.
have you been to that serves animal testicles as part of the dish?
The Wolf Lodge.
Really?
Yeah, Wolf Lodge sells them on their menu. That's where this person ate them.
Wow.
Have you been to Wolf Lodge?
She could be
No,
telling
and
stories
I'm never
too.
going.
I've been to
no.
Wolf Lodge.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic
gonna
straight.
go.
If you want to go get a good steak,
How are the
Idaho
balls?
Wolf Lodge.
I don't care about the steak. I've had good steak. How about the balls?
I haven't had the balls. I didn't even see them on the menu. But we will get those.
Liar.
We will. We will. Yeah. What if they're squirty?
I
Oh,
hope
I bet they're
squirt.
juicy.
I bet you they're
I bet
really.
you they're absolutely juicy.
What if they're full of fucking
I'm gonna-
semen?
I'm gonna
what if
pay
it's
Mike
like
to not
a What
get
if
us
it's like a
balls.
donut with cream filling?
You're really selling this.
Yeah.
You're
ooh.
really just making it
Oh,
sound
man,
just
they might be-
delicious.
What if
You know
it's,
what?
That's where all the salt is inside the balls. Ooh.
That's not salt. Those are. You can hear the screams of thousands of bold children.
I might not have to show
screaming.
up for the next podcast because I don't really want to watch you guys.
That'll be. I'm not eating them.
Sink your teeth into a testicle and like.
Oh,
see
you
a
don't wanna
bunch of
play
fucking
D&D, you don't have
cream
to show
shoot
up.
out onto your
That's
goddamn lips.
whenever we do.
Then you'll just be like Norman Fetus over there.
Whenever we do the D&D one, that'll be the snack. We'll have bull testicles for snacks.
Just a big
Like
bowl of
that
balls.
fucking. They'll be like that fucking big. And
Be
you
bringing my own snacks for D&D then.
What? Come on, Norm would eat them. All right, thank you for joining us on this episode of the Unfamiliar Podcast.